Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Justice. Yes, I'm a graphic designer, sports, multimedia, name it all. So in today's video, I'll be showing you how to Kitswap like me actually. So just stick to the video, like, share, and subscribe. Turn on my notification to get more of these. So yeah, let's get started. Firstly, you have to get your subjects or whatsoever subjects you're making use of. Like mine, I'm making use of that of Ogata to Ogata, yeah. So next thing I'll do is to get a kit closer to the actual kit I want to swap to, yeah. So once you have gotten that, you start putting together your resources. Resources I mean is by the logos, the badge logos, and the rest of them. Just keep them in place. Then yes, of course, you can proceed then to start cutting the image. Yeah, we can use basis of your pen tool or what best suits you. You cut the images. Now, if you notice well, I'm cutting through. I'm not cutting. I'm not cutting like after the shirt or over the shirt. I'm more of cutting inside the skin so that at the end of the day, at the end of my cutout, actually, I will not be having black spots or whatever. If you do actually see what I'm doing here, inside the skin instead of like outside it. Assuming I started cutting from this closer to the blue side, yeah, I'll have difficulties in matching the colors. So that's it. You cut your images, the shirt firstly, then after doing that, you can then proceed to duplicate the layer, invert one of them and name it body, then the next one you name it the shirt. So in this kit we actually are going to do a kit swap for both for the shirt, the shorts, yeah. Then we proceeded to going on my internet to get kits, like I earlier said, to get kits. So we're looking for ones that will match it. You can see the first one here actually is looking like the exact position of the subjects we are making use of. So these are what you should watch out for. You have to look at pictures that are similar to the ones you are using in order for it to like blend and less stressful for you. So yes, I'm still cutting out the images. So what I do here is I select the subject, I select what I want to remove, then make use of auto, what do they call it, content aware fill. Before you make use of content aware fill, you have to rasterize that layer, then select the area, then shift F5, or you go to the edit menu and find it there. Shift F5. Once it's rasterized, then content aware fill, you click enter, then it's gone. It blends well. In some cases it might not work if the image is kind of very technical and like difficult to, you know, dictate where to fill and where not to fill. Like this particular place I'm cutting now, sometimes it's very, very difficult because as you can see here, we have both the whites and the blacks. So at the end of the day, it might end up mixing up everything. So yeah, as you can see, it's not too perfect, but by the time I'm done, yeah, it will look great. So yes, that's it. So the next thing I did here was to change the hue of the shirt to black and white. You know, when you want to blend, so it will be easier to maintain the actual color you want it to be. So to do this, you can either use black and white or hue and saturation, but what I use here is I go to image, go to adjustment. I don't know why it's not visible here. Image, adjustment, then vibrance. I'll take it down. I'll take down everything so it will give me a black and white color. Yeah, that is it for that. Then I proceeded to get my jersey I'm working with, the middle layer of the jersey. Sometimes when kit swapping, actually, there are different types of kit swapping. You can decide to replicate the jersey. Replicate, I mean, is by recreating the original jersey, but in some cases, like kits that are very difficult to recreate, I don't think that is the best way to go. But then I can actually replicate that of Manchester United, but then I want a better result, or let's say I need to make use of this pattern to yield a better result. Yeah, let's go with that. So I started by clearing the stuffs on the jersey, blending it here, making it look good, filling up the empty layers. So yeah, that's it. Filling up the empty layers, making sure there is no dents and the rest of it. Content aware fill, that's what I was trying to use here in order to blend it. Yeah, right now I'm now differentiating the shirts from the shorts, so that I can later work on the shorts. So yeah. Please also remember, when kit swapping, you make use of good quality images. If not, you will regret. At the end of the day, you regret what you're doing. I think I'll be dropping a video on how to get quality sports images. It's very important, very, very important. So if you waited enough to this place we are in now, you will be able to see, or to get this info I'm about to drop, that I'll be dropping a video for how to get good quality football images, or how I get this kind of images for kit swaps. Actually, it's quite easy, but I'm going to leave it for another day. So just subscribe, and turn on the notification bells so that you'll be the first to know when I posted or when I drop the next video I'm about to drop. Yeah, it's actually coming together now. As I requested similar pictures, you see what I choose here. I choose a picture that is similar, and now I'm not placing the middle part of the original Manchester United jersey on his chest. I cut through the middle, and I'm using warp 2. I'm using the warp 2. So how to get the warp 2 is you Control T, you right click, then you see warp, then you organize it to the shape of where you actually want to fill up. In the process of this, you might actually distort whatsoever logo is there, but you can still decide to remove it and proceed with your arrangement. But in this case, I'm being careful on how I place it. So what next I was doing here is blending the new jersey to the reds here, to the former red, let's say. So I'm trying to color balance it, or color balance. That's what I was trying to do here. Paying attention to detail is very, very important, because if you, at the end of the day, if you're doing what you're doing and this place is looking differently from the other, it will be a problem and it will look very, very weird. So yes, still on color balancing. Still on color balancing. Another thing, when reducing the vibrance or removing the saturation out of your images, make sure you do it in a way that the shadows are still there for you to retain, like for you to give it a realistic feel. Don't just desaturates everything and it becomes pure white, and there is no shadows left for you to use. Oh yes, I proceeded to cutting out the shoulder, still making use of the warp tool. There are two types of warp actually I normally use for this. I use the puppet warp, but I'm not actually perfect at using the puppet warp. Like perfect, yeah. So I use this normal warp. The one you select the image, then right click, then you can see the warp. So I just duplicated the other side of it and started placing it for it to balance. It's quite easy if you keep on practicing. If you keep on practicing, studying how others goes about like recreating this kind of graphics, yeah, it's quite easy. Just keep practicing, and at the end of the day you find out that you're doing well. So yeah, I proceeded to add the background so that I'll be sure of what colors I'm actually using, because white is not good enough. I might be confused at what I'm doing. So yeah, this blue, you see what I was telling you to cut in from the image. This is actually a reflection from the blue jersey, so I have to like blend it with a red in order for it to balance. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to do here. I think with the selective here, if I'm not mistaken, to blend the blue to the normal color of the skin. Still I'm blending the jersey to match the original color of the Manchester United jersey. You see, I'm making use of my my old material to like, yeah, see what I'm doing. Then also I took out the Snapdragon logo out of the Manchester United jersey. Yeah, made use of the distort tool. You Ctrl T, right click, you see distort, you make use of it to position the Snapdragon, the logo, position it how it's supposed to look on Ugata's body. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. Took out the Nike logo too. The Nike logo was kind of looking somehow, so I think I had to import another Nike logo for it to look not distorted. Yeah, I think that's what I did, because this one was actually looking bent. Yeah, as you can see, I had to download another Nike logo to make use of it. I proceeded to cut out the Manchester United jersey. This place is kind of tricky because if you notice well, it looks like something that has been sewn under. So if you kind of cut it out and say, okay, let me make use of what do they call it? Blending option to remove the blacks or the whites. You understand me? To balance it, you might end up destroying the badge. So I had to take my time to cut out the badge for it to look like it's really on top of, yeah, it's really on top of the jersey, just like the original. Yeah, this is me collecting the main Nike logo and fixing it in. Like I said, all these things we aren't learned in a day. You have to keep practicing. Watch what others are doing. Don't just sit. Yeah, I proceeded to collect the DXC technology logo. Started placements again with warp 2. Positioning it. Now, I don't know why my reference wasn't here, but when working on any project or this kind of project, let's say, you have to have a reference, like what you are actually looking at. I'm saying, okay, yes, I'm doing it this way, I'm getting it right. You have to make use of a reference. So I think I had many references. I'll just off the visibility and go back to it and see what I was doing. So that other DXC logo was not actually giving me what I wanted, so I had to go search up some DXC logo and just remove the blacks, the whites actually, then give it a solid color of white, then position it. I think that's what I did. I proceeded to changing this into black, the shorts to black. So the initial kits black was the shorts were black, so I had to collect that one instead of just stressing myself. Like I said, you have to work with images that are similar for easier workflow. If you work with images that are not similar, you find out that you have to do everything yourself. Like, it's very difficult. But if you take your time, you can achieve it. But then you have to make work easier for yourself. As you can see, the original jersey or tog is actually looking nice. So originality matters. So this is me cutting out the there's a brighter red stripe, yeah, by the side of the other jersey. So I had to place it again on the shorts, because there's a red jersey on Manchester United's new shorts. So that's what I have to do, or I had to do, sorry. Blending again. Blending is very important. You can't be having this color up there and having another color down there. So this is me blending the jerseys down color. Just with saturation is enough. Saturation or color balance, anyone. Blending the colors to the original color. Again, cutting out the Adidas, yeah, cutting out the Adidas, whatever. You understand my point? Yeah, hits RODY. I think that's what it is. So I had to collect that from Cucurella's Spain jersey. And as you can see, that Cucurella Spain jersey is actually looking nice. Now, if you look where that jersey is similar to that of Arsenal, so kit swapping with an Arsenal jersey wouldn't be difficult for me, because yeah, I think what Spain did, Spain and what Adidas actually did there was just a copy and paste of Arsenal's jersey. Nothing less, nothing more. They just replicated the same thing. I think they did the same thing for the Manchester United jersey. If you look at it closely, they did the same thing, yes. So this is me painting my shadows now. I lost so many shadows in the process of doing this, so I'm now making use of exposure layer. I'll use if you go to your exposure layer, then you bring the exposure down to maybe, let's say 3, but for this video I was using 2.44. You reduce it drastically, then make use of your brush with an opacity of 30, flow of 64, smoothing of 14 here. Then paint around the shadows, those lines, those folds that are looking like rumples. You just paint around them to give it more realistic feel of here that it's really a shirt. I proceeded to doing the same thing for the body, the hands, where the shadows are actually supposed to be. Still on the shadows. Under the hand, as you can see, placing the shadow, there's a shadow. As light is coming from this other way, there should be shadow under the hands. So that's exactly what I'm doing. Another mistake designers do is not naming their layers. It's not actually a mistake. Let me not say I can just say it's a mistake. working with this kind of layers, you have to be very sure and skeptical about what layers you're using, because at the end of the day you might just start turning on the icon to know which is which is kind of frustrating and difficult. Or you can as well leave it that way without naming your layers, but for easier workflow just be naming your layers, or you can as well leave it. So I was actually doing two types of this Kitswap, the extended version where there will be the socks, the shorts and the shirt, and just the one that will be the short and the shirt. So this is me doing the shorts again. As you can see, I was very careful when cutting out this place to retain the shadow from the shorts and the shirt. Positioning your main subject, I think you have to lock it in order not to shift it or move it away from the original position. I think I was getting frustrated here. I was wondering what was this black line, or where this black line was coming from. I was wondering because I did not name my layers. So if you want to wonder like me, don't name your layers. So naming your layers is very important when designing. If not, you will be accountable for your actions. So I found out that it was coming from it, so I had to clean it up. And as you can see, voila, it's gone. No more there. No more there. So it's very quick, very quick. I think I'll be dropping the PSD file for this. Yeah, I'll be dropping the PSD file for this. A link to the PSD file for this, where you can access what I use or maybe tweak it. Again, I would say you should like, share, subscribe, turn on your notification buttons for more. I think that's all for the video. Thank you. See you when next we meet.